What's really exciting is the opportunity to be more intelligent about how you approach trying to reach your consumer. So in a world where digital and the use of digital has exploded, to be able to have one-on-one conversations in the digital world and to be able to eventually translate that into the TV space, whether that be addressable or data-driven, is really fantastic, because at the end of the day, you want your brand, in our case, our networks, to be able to have a relationship with the consumer, and data is a proxy to allow for that to occur. From an advertiser perspective, obviously now the ability to go to the broadcast networks and have a data-driven kind of buy has absolutely blown up and proliferated. That's with us, that's with some of our competitors. Obviously we think we're the best at it, but neither here nor there. I think it's a really wonderful kind of foundational approach for advertisers to take, and I think it's a great kind of advancements in the market. As a spender of money, right, and as somebody who's trying to kind of get people to engage with our brands, the ability to use data to really kind of have, again, these really one-on-one unique conversations, and to be able to deliver creative and content that's relevant for individual consumers, that's driven by what we know about the consumer, and now ultimately where we can reach them effectively in environments where we know they're engaged, is really kind of a great, tremendous advancement. And you'll see by our ratings numbers, which are on the upswing, that kind of approach has really had a direct impact on what our linear ratings have resulted in.
Great, and tell us a little about Viacom. There are a lot of fans, a lot of passionate people. How do you define the audience in broad strokes, and how do they respond to advertising, and what are some of the concerns that consumers have around ads?
Well, I think, again, when you're talking about how we're reaching fans, it is using intelligence and information and data, not only to kind of profile who our fans are, but ultimately where they're best reached, right? Our job is to deliver great, compelling content, which we believe we're really, really good at. In order to do that, there's the linear side of the equation, but of course, we want to make sure that we're reaching our fans in digital as well, and that there's a 360 kind of fan experience. We believe holistically that our fans are really kind of the base of what we're trying to do, and we're trying to please and create value for our fans. And so the more we kind of engage with them and the more we know about them, the better we're able to deliver kind of customized content that fits their need. And ultimately, as a content creator, what's more exciting than to deliver really great content to people that they really, really engage with and they build relationships with. And that's all you could really hope for as somebody that creates content, is to be able to develop compelling content and content that your audience really wants to engage with.
When you look at targeting, is that cross-platform? Where does that targeting happen?
It absolutely is cross-platform. So, of course, there's natural addressability in the digital market because it is much more of a one-to-one, right? But now you see a lot of the MVPDs have obviously opened up addressable inventory, right? So, what a lot of the MVPDs now have matured their addressable kind of footprint, which allows you now to have a digital-like, not exactly the same, obviously, but a digital-like experience in a linear space, right? To deliver kind of content to the consumer or advertising to the consumer when it's relevant and when it's going to have the most impact for your message. So ultimately, it's absolutely cross-platform, because addressability is all about having that conversation, having that direct one-to-one with your audience. And our partners on the MVPD side have really matured over the last several years as it regards addressable, and now you can kind of have that 360 experience of having a conversation in linear and in digital that really is addressable.